Hi Capricorn, I'm Lisi the High Priestess, and you can find me on Lisi the High Priestess for my reading on TikTok. Lisi's World on TikTok for my other talents. Lisi the High Priestess 86 on IG. Lisi the High Priestess 2 por Tupac. Por YouTube y TikTok Español, okay? Para mi gente latina. For YouTube, press like, subscribe, notification. With the notification, you can get my lives. If not, you have to wait 12 hours. I tell unique stories because they're better like that, but in the unique stories, I tell general, okay? So it will not resonate with everyone. All right, Capricorn, what do I have for Cappy? I get the 10 of Pentacles. Someone's playing chess, checkers, right? So you could be playing dominoes or playing a game with somebody. It's like playing a game, but this is a game of chess, something that takes your mind. You have to use your mind. Also, mind control. Someone can actually be playing a lot of video games, all right? Someone could be shooting. Hunting season is upon us. Also, someone's playing a lot of games while they're sitting in the toilet. Also, there's a pilot here. Someone's getting their pilot license. Also, there's a secret agent in the airplane. All right. There's an investigation being held on an airline right here. The feds are investigating an airline or a way of transportation. Also, when I get a UFO, don't expect any rides from me. Special request from Lisi the High Priestess. When I get a UFO, I don't want anybody asking me for rides. Also, this is a Tesla. Someone's into stock marketing. Also, someone's going to invite you to go into a private jet. Also, there's a very important politician in an airplane right now. There's a strategy being worked out. There's helicopters in the air, escorting a military, a diplomat, or something like that. I'm going in. I'm going in. Right, roger that, roger that. The King of Cups and the Nine of Wands. They're going into to a foreign country where most people aren't welcome there. But a diplomat is going to go there, and certain people can't touch them. Someone is a bodyguard too. The Queen of Swords. This is a female pilot. Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. She's not there for work. Seven of Wands and the Eight of Swords. But so this is a vacation that somebody's taking right here. Also, someone's personally giving, there's no work here. Ace of Pentacles, because there's going to be work somewhere else. Something ain't working. No judgment. Judgment reversed in the Six of Cups. Okay, so someone's traveling somewhere. It's not for work. And they're not going to tell you why. The Justice card. And the Strength card and the Eight of Pentacles. They can't tell you what they're doing. It's like wherever they're at, they're not there for work, but they can't tell you what they do for work. Four of Pentacles. When I'm with you, it's not about work. It's about like someone's there for pleasure and not for work. What they do for work is none of your business, or what you do for work ain't none of their business. You know that when you do travel to see this person is strictly pleasure. You don't talk about business, or you're not going to talk about business. Or in order to be with this person, you have to understand they can't talk about their business. Their business is not to be shared. They're there for you, or their attention is there for you, or whatever. I'm not here to talk about business. I'm here for pleasure, is what I hear. But what I do for business is none of your business. The Seven of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Don't ask me again about my business. You start asking about their business, they leave. You won't be seeing them for a while. The Page of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles again. This is a very tough job that someone has. The Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Queen of Cups, the Hermit. This is also like if you're an influencer, someone that like, whatever this job title is, people can't know who they're involved with. You can't ask this person those type of questions. If you're gonna be with this person, you gotta understand that business is business and pleasure is pleasure, and you can't mix business with pleasure. You can't shit and eat in the same place. You just can't. It's just, you have to. And people that really understand business understand that. But then again, also people do that a lot. It's widely known to happen in the industry. But there's consequences from eating and shitting in the same spot. Burner. The Six of Cups, love. And the Eight of Swords, but I love you. I do love you. With the Three of Wands, you can always, and I'm always gonna be, I'm your keeper. I want to keep you. Two of Pentacles close to me, but I have to keep you far away. I can't tell you stuff with the Moon card. Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. But I think about you a lot. This is hard. The Lovers, the Page of Pentacles, and the Strength card, and the Seven of Swords. The Fool card, but I can't. Three of Pentacles. Mix business with pleasure. It's like I love you, so I have to keep you as a friend. King of Swords, because if you're going to ask me if it's love or business, then we need to sit down and have a talk. Because we can't mix two. King of Cups, even though I would love to. Five of Swords. But you know what comes out of this? A lot of hate. It's like that. It's like Romeo and Juliet. Hot sex on the platter just to get you wet. Man, Capricorn, it's always that Romeo and Juliet shit with you, huh? I think I've already had a Romeo and Juliet story about you. Are you still on that shit? The World card, the Emperor, the Sun card, and the Page of Cups. The Moon card, from the sun to the moon. I'm trying to bring you the sun and the moon at the same time. Okay. Um, with the world card, the sun card, and the emperor. This is like, listen, when you start dating people of power, shit is very different. Now, most beautiful women date men with power. And when I mean beauty, I don't mean just looks. A beautiful soul. Attract men with power, women with power. And you start to navigate through that. If life hasn't gave you that experience to learn how to navigate it, for those that have been veteran to the game, you know that this shit is very real. Going out with men and with humans who have a lot of power. Shit, the game is very fucking different than just dating some regular schmo. Nah, it's different with men of power when they invest everything in you and everything they give you is not good enough and you want to leave and they're not used to hearing a no. They're not used to not getting their way. And they got that kind of power where they're going to try to make you stay. And women who are very beautiful, you know what comes with that, right? When you accept their gifts, when you accept them back, and living by certain guidelines, because men with power, they don't like to be embarrassed. Men of power don't want you just acting a certain way. Men with power demand respect. And even women with power can, man, dude, these things, dating with celebrities and everybody being in your business, or men with power and statuses and stuff like that, they start to deal with the seven deadly sins, and women who lust and do whatever and things that you wouldn't do, other women will. And it keeps you on your toes all the time, like what I gotta do to keep you, when the whole world is willing to give you every fucking thing, more than what I can offer. And at times, you ever see someone lose themselves into fame? You ever watch that shit? When they start like completely acting out and shit, you could tell that the people that keep around them, like they're not good friends, because they wouldn't be acting out like that if they were. I mean, putting boundaries on ourselves are very important, because we can lose ourselves and thinking that we're cool when we're not, when people are just letting us make an ass out of ourselves. um I would also like to emphasize, if you're my fucking haters, get the fuck up my channel. And that's not for everybody, that's for future references. Like, one thing that's more annoying, that someone that does fucked up things to me think that like the great things I put out to people who have supported me for a long time, that I'm really like, I'm not no hater, but I don't need to fuck with you. And I would tell you, Capricorn, be the same way. Some people just ain't deserving of your fucking time, and you're on some Romeo and Juliet shit with people knowing damn well, some people be on that shit, better than to be with certain people. That's just the way it fucking is. And then for other people, the love story plays out different, but if you're in a rerun like that, like, if you really love somebody, then families, you're not going to give a fuck about that. But it's crazy how families can actually do that, family and friends and shit like that. And it's not really even about you. It's about their hate. It's about their agenda. It ain't about if you love that person and you want to be with that person. It ain't got shit to do with that. Romeo and Juliet will teach you a lot. I mean, I'm just going to speak on it that you can explain that as friends, as industries, and as family members. What the fuck was really going on with these two people that really thought they couldn't be together because two families hated each other? Both of them could have got the fuck up and just ran away to a whole different town, and they decided to stay and do some extra shit. Make it look like they killed each other. Like, just leave and live your life well somewhere else. But their family and friends led them to believe that they had to do all of that to get all of that. Could have been a lot more simpler. But when you have all this outside energy telling you what to do in your own love life, when their shit's not even together, well, they're not even fucking happy, but they're tunnel visioning on your situation and making you play out like Romeo and Juliet type of shit. Your friends, your families, and all that don't have that much say so on the person that you choose to love. Now, I'm gonna tell you something else. There is boundaries though. When your friend sees that shit ain't no good, the most important thing, they're gonna tell you how it is. And if you don't accept it, if you don't want, they just gonna be like, don't tell me, I didn't tell you so. You love that person so much you're willing to go through the fire, then do that shit. But just know it comes with consequences. But like looking at Romeo and Juliet and that love story triangle and shit, you really think about it, their family has so much control over them. So much control over them. The thought of them being with someone they didn't like just fucking threw them the fuck off. It's almost like different. It's like the sureño having a kid with a norteño. The east and the west side having a kid. That's like from someone from New York and someone from California conceiving out somewhere in Utah. The lifestyle is going to be very different in two different worlds because the East Coast is very different than the West Coast. It's like two different separate families having to accept two other separate families. They're completely different. They don't like it, but there's two people here that are in love, and the world wants to act like if they're going to be fucking your girl, like they're going to be waking up at 5 a.m. to make your man something to eat. Like if they're going to be paying your fucking bills. I mean, like I said, there's boundaries to everything. If someone's clearly not a good person for you, they're gonna let you know. But at the end of the day, you're gonna live your life. What the fuck I look like going and slashing my best friend's ex-boyfriend's tires, and they're only gonna get back together in 2 weeks from now. The fuck I look like doing that? Because love will make you do all kinds of crazy shit. Love made them two little kids do some crazy ass shit. Thinking that like they couldn't just get up and go to a whole different city and live their life differently. That's all they had as an outlet was, oh, I'm going to fake my death and I'm going to do this. And they didn't even have communication amongst each other. Had they communicated amongst each other, he would have known that she was just pretending to die, and he wouldn't have gone and killed himself like the way he did. And then she went and committed suicide too. So, like, what the fuck? You guys would have even made it in a relationship anyways, because you guys don't even know how to communicate. And then you want to make it look like the whole fucking two families didn't like each other. Guys, maybe both of them families were stupid. That's what two stupid families did. They ended up killing their own fucking kids. All they were trying to do is hump each other. If you would have let them date each other, maybe they would have got tired of each other's shit. And they would have realized you were right. I don't know. That movie and the story of Romeo and Juliet pisses me the fuck off. It gets on my fucking nerves every fucking time. It's like amazing and stuff, the whole love story. But when you're like actually watching it, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Really? That's what you were thinking? Just told you the mindset of old, outdated people. There's real families like that. Families that swear they're fucking your man. Like, they swear they're waking up at 5 in the morning making your man something to eat. No, they're not. They're not. And then they feel like they can tell you who can suck your dick or not. Imagine your mom telling you, oh, you can't have that girl suck your dick. I don't like her. She can suck your dick, though. The fuck? That's weird as fuck. You fucking mommy or you fucking that person? Like, I don't know. Like, people got to realize the boundaries too when you have with your children, that you have with your family members, with your friends. Like, you, like, there's boundaries to that shit. Like, I've had to just sit back and watch a lot. And my friendships, I just sit back and be like, well, if you're only going to get back with them, I mean, you could vent to me. I'm always going to be here. But, don't expect me to hate someone just because you hate them. It's better not to tell me shit because you're gonna still be with that person. You still gonna love them, and I'm still gonna love you. But now I'm not gonna love the person you love because I know all this shit that I shouldn't even fucking know. And at the end of the day, it's like own it too. You ain't you're a piece of shit. They're a piece of shit. Be like, I love that piece of shit. I'm toxic too. I take them back. I know I'm just gonna take them back. It's not all them. I'm not shit. I need help too. And you know what it is. I just have a thing. You don't think I've had to say that shit to my friends too? I'll be like, I know he ain't shit, but I ain't shit either because I still love him. I've had it throughout my lifetime. I remember venting to some of my friends the shit that I knew was going on and stuff. And I was like, but I'm not going to leave him. I'm not going to leave him because I'm not ready to leave him. I'm not going to leave him because I'm not tired of this shit yet. And even if I left him, I know that I'll only pack my shit and come right back. I'm sitting here venting and telling you thank you for listening to me and putting you know putting no judgment and still being my friend and not hating that person. People don't get that shit. And families and friends and relationships, there's boundaries and everything, and you have to honor them. Honor some shit that stays between relationships. If there's a couple that don't want other people to know what's going on in their home, just respect it. And there's times to break boundaries. Like if your daughter's being physically abused or your son, or there's certain situations that will call for you to check on your fam. I'm not saying never to not check on your family, and you never know. I'm saying though, when there is relationships that ain't at that level of toxicity, there's boundaries that need to be respected. And creating Romeo and Juliet scenarios only shows the colors of these families that you know their life is so unimportant that they're mingling and meddling in other people's because maybe something ain't right in their own relationships and their own friendships. And because I've seen that a lot, like people that have no control at home or no control in their own relationships and friendships, they take it out on certain children, certain siblings, family members, and stuff, and they treat them like how they're being treated by other people, so they can feel some kind of dominance and some kind of balance of power and control that they don't have with certain people. You'd be surprised who's out here still being ran by mommy and who's still being ran by papi. And you'd be surprised at what age it happens. Like sometimes people shit happens and you're forced to go back with your family. And it'll make you real quick try to get the fuck out. And it's a friendly ass reminder, like, you're about to make a Romeo and Juliet out of me. I'm gonna live my life. I'll keep you close at a far away distance. You know how it was coming out with the cards like that? Like that doesn't always apply to just people that you're in love with. Like if someone has a very special, like if you are an influencer, you're a celebrity, or you're even like someone of power or whatever, or whatever it is, that position that you hold as a job, sometimes you can't just be around your family members all the time. You can't go when you're at birthday parties, you're not talking about business, you're just talking about whatever you got in front of you with your family, because you can't speak about your job, you can't speak about your clients. It's none of their business and you shouldn't speak on it. And when they're prying into your business, you have to like be straight the fuck up. Like I can't tell you certain things. Yeah, and if you have family members that feel some kind of way about that, about your privacy, get rid of them. Don't have them have you in a Romeo and Juliet shit. You know, be straight up, nice, polite, and everything. But if they keep on making a big deal about it, get the fuck out. Better to just not come around so you don't have to explain yourself to what you got going on. There is real family members that pry into people's businesses just so they can compete. You ever see cousins compete with their cousins? Or brothers compete with each other? You think it's friendly, but it's really not. It's an ongoing competition that happens all the fucking time. Who has a better car? Who has a better job? Who has whatever? And it's just like, whoa, why are we just acting like family? I don't know. But to break free from your parents and family, it fucking sucks sometimes when you're so tied in. I have experienced a lot with troubles with family members that go into business with each other. And when they don't like each other, they're still forced to see each other every fucking day because they're family and because they have a business as a family and they can't just walk away because, you know, a lot of money could be tied in as far as millions. Small towns, dude. Small towns are notorious for this shit. Brothers and sisters fighting for inheritance. Families only marrying into certain types of families to keep the generational wealth going. Like they investigate other families to see if they got money, what kind of assets, where they come from, and they can they okay and not okay whatever the fuck who you're with, who you want to be with. That's like some Prince Harry shit. I've talked about this shit too. That's you don't have to. I mean, you don't have to be a part of Prince Harry, but I mean that's a great example. She couldn't even cheat in peace, but her man got to cheat publicly plenty of times in front of her. I'm not always supporting cheaters, but shit, a spade for a spade, I guess. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth in some situations. For example, you're constantly beating the shit out of a certain person. Eventually, they start cheating on you, and eventually they leave you. Do you blame them for leaving and cheating? When accountability comes, you've been beating the fuck out of them, cheating and cheating and cheating on your mate. Then one day they get up and leave, and then you wonder why. You know, I'm not saying this is what you're doing. I'm saying just looking at it in general. Many people don't see their own actions and the results of it to, you know, where it leads someone to be a bad person, a villain in your story. We all got to be accountable for the participation that we have in everybody's karma and in everybody's journey, including ourselves, me, you, everyone around us. I've made plenty of mistakes. I have betrayed. I have cheated. I have lied. I have broken probably every sin in the book. And so has everybody else, more than likely, even from the day they were born. A lot of people are born from unwed parents. Breaking breaking ties from people who you were born with is fucking crazy. Some people will never change. Some people are not open for knowledge. To watch somebody like me, you got to be open for knowledge. You know the kind of rumors I have heard about myself? It's fucking crazy. You know, when a bitch is screaming witch to me, I wonder why. I'd be like, I wonder why they call you bitch that got you calling me a witch. But you know, I use the word witch. Sometimes when I'm being friendly with my friends, I call them witches. I'll be like, you fucking witch, you know? But that's a joke. We can take that. But when it's someone that really takes your lifestyle very personally, you start to wonder where in the fuck you offended them in the first place. And these wars amongst families and shit like that, where they become so territorial on you and who you're with and who you're surrounded, will make you not want to be part of their family. People There is plenty people in this world that have like moved the fuck away from their family. I love you so much, but I gotta keep you far away because I am not gonna raise my family the way you raised me. And shit that shit. Sometimes some of the shit the family puts you through will make you not ever, ever teach that shit to your children. But I'm going to tell you something about this. Had people not treated you like that, you wouldn't understand the powerful knowledge and lessons that were brought to you that weren't brought to other people. Those fucking things they did to you brought you to be the person that you are today. Surviving evil family members, surviving people entrapping you into business because you're family. You ever hear that? You ever experience that shit when family get you in some shit that ain't got shit to do with you? And we family, we gonna stick this shit through, but they put themselves there. But since you're family, they want you in the middle of that shit. It was a big lesson to those two families, those two kids dying because of them. Fucking agenda was so fucking powerful. They lost the two things they gave, two people they gave a fuck about the most, killing them with their hate. Maybe, like I said, had they let them experience their love, maybe they would have got fucking sick of each other and would have moved on with their lives. But no, they didn't do that shit. Shit be wild out here in the world, man. People think it's such a pretty fucking world out here. It's not. I'm here to fucking tell you, it ain't pretty out here, motherfuckers. Wake the fuck up. Shit is real. Get on your fucking grind. Live your fucking life, and if you can, I understand that some of us have setbacks. I understand every situation is different, but also understand yourself. You have control of your life and your destiny, and you have the power to become anybody who you. And I was thinking this today. I really, really understand the power of becoming who the fuck you want to be in life. And I broke down crying in the kitchen for a second. I almost had a whole anxiety attack because I was just thinking to myself, like, fuck, did people make it fucking impossible for me to even want to be a good person in this fucking world? But you know what? Had you not fucking been so fucking cruel to me, I wouldn't understand what it is to be good to anyone. Fuck. And even the times I had to be a cruel fucking bitch, you had that shit coming. And God forgive me. God forgive me. God forgives people too. Don't think that he don't. He sometimes God understands where you came the fuck from. Don't think that God is condoning that shit, but don't think that God don't let people have their moments too. Ain't everybody seeking revenge, but sometimes you gotta come and protect yourself. Who better to protect anyone but you? Sometimes you just need someone to remind you your fucking worth. We can all tell our friends to leave somebody, but it's different when they do it on their own because it's almost like I'm happy for you because that's a type of war that you'll only struggle with internally. That's something I understood. I started to learn a long time ago. It's a power struggle when people have been in love for so long and they're trying to detach. It's not easy for them not to pick up the calls, the text messages, to follow them around, to stalk them, to see what they're up to pry in their business and shit like that. And it's a serious power struggle. And also when two people get married into a family and their whole families know everything that's going on and they choose sides, and you take your whole family through a war that you're actually dealing with in yourself and just that one other person. And people could end up not liking one person because you're in a war with yourself or war with in a union. When that union is the only thing that can fix that union is the people that are involved in that union. Not family and friends only got so much say so on how you feel. Because if you don't know how you feel, then you mean you're telling me you're feeling for the world, you're feeling for your family, but you're not feeling for yourself. You don't matter. Your voice don't matter. The things that you yearn deep inside of your soul don't matter. They matter more than you. You're just a part of their game. You're part of their agenda. What about your journey? What about your life? What about what you want? What about what makes you happy? What if you need to experience a heartache? What if you need to experience what it is to find your self worth? And mommy and daddy can't help you with that. That's something that only self can experience. And I'm going to leave that at that.